Aloha Nerd and Geeks. My name's Garrick, and today we're here at Hawaii Geek Meet. We're going to discover a whole bunch of stuff that's geeky. So come on, let's go. Hey guys, so it's the Geek Meet, and I get to meet some of my friends online from Facebook. This is my friends from Steampunk Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
How you guys doing? You guys look great as always.
Why, thank you.
So, tell me a little bit about the culture, because that's a big thing nowadays, right? So, where did it all start from?
It started with a literary movement actually in the 1980s, 87. The term was coined by an author named Jeter, and he was talking about Victorian fantasies, alternate sci-fi timelines, stuff like that. The original kind of the base of steampunk is a mix between sort of Victorian fashion, Old West style grit, some things that you would see in the Old West, like corsets. You'll find goggles, a lot of top hats, a lot of cowboy hats, a lot of leather,
Right.
brown and
brass.
khakis, brass. Yeah.
The idea that we're thinking about is if you did the old what if, right? You're standing with the what if. So what if steam took off instead of electricity? Dealing with and the technologies that would be involved there. Airships, blimps, and zeppelins instead of airplanes. Your steam-powered automobiles and whatever technology for the house that you would have. That sort of thing, while still keeping instead of the Americanization happening to Europe, the Victorianizing of the Americas in the Old West and that sort of thing. So that kind of look and that kind of backward in the back of the brain as you keep forward with your various concepts and things like that. Yeah.
So I think for me, I was introduced to it because I was playing a game called Cyberpunk, and they had an offshoot called Steampunk, and that blew me away because it's Cyberpunk set back in the Victorian era, right? With instead of electricity and CDs, because that was big back then.
Yep.
It's all about the steam power. It's all about the hydraulics. It's all about that kind of culture. But what I'm noticing nowadays is there's a huge cultural aspect to it now, because you got people exchanging ideas and actually creating like works of art, right?
Yes, there's some incredible makers in the mythos and in the group itself. Great workers in leather and textiles, corsets, leather, fabric. People that not only will create their own things, but they'll be able to pick and pull from various other places and amalgamate them into the looks that come out of the brain. And because it is structured yet loose, it's easy to have all kinds of fun inside that.
Oh,
and just
great.
as a maker.
Yeah. So if there's a new person that wants to get into the hobby, what should they do? How should they go about doing it?
Well, they can join the Facebook group for one, facebook.com/groups/Steampunk Hawaii. And we have a good 860 people in now. They're not all from Hawaii, but they are interested in what we're doing here. And we have steampunks from all over the world come and visit us. And yes, it is an international movement now. One of the really cool things about steampunk, as Don said, is that we kind of take that DIY punk aesthetic and we make a lot of our own stuff. Like just here on the island, there's so many amazing makers. My bracelet here is made by a guy named Danny, who lives on the North Shore.
That is amazing.
This necklace is Tristan Ho'okano, who is one of the original Honolulu steampunks. Makes beautiful, beautiful jewelry. And a lot of us make our own outfits. Don is a leather worker.
So do some leather work. In the pouch and bracers, and then it'd be put together from other places, like a maker in Oklahoma, maker in Seattle, boots are from England. It's just from all over the place. Aussie hat. Yeah.
Goodwill, Amazon.
Yeah.
Right.
Taking it from places and using what you have to make what you want. And
Yeah.
it's really a neat thing.
That's totally a neat thing, and you guys should definitely check it out. I'll put the link down below. So thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. It's great to meet you guys here at the Geek Meet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good time.
Yay! Hey guys, I'm with the Pacific Aviation Museum crew. Hello. And this is your first time here at the Geek Meet.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's my first time too. So hello all around, right? Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the organization, which is a really great organization, because I remember you guys when I was a kid too, and taking that kind of experience. Tell me what you guys are doing nowadays.
Well, the Pacific Aviation Museum is located on Ford Island, and we have about 75 aircraft that you can come out and see anytime. We happen to be with the education department, so that's where our heart and soul lies, is education for not only the local community, but also the islands all in Hawaii and some international groups that we get in. We're running summer programs, field trips. We have a great outreach program run by Mr. Nick here, taking out some of those programs to the local schools, 6th grade specifically. But yeah, we're just having a great time, first time out here and meeting a bunch of people and having a nice time.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. So you're educating people about aviation and maybe a little bit of the history, but mainly the future, right? I mean, your outfits kind of say it perfectly for us.
We do have a heavy focus on STEM programs, so is what we primarily try to do, and we try to put the historical context in it with our museum and some of the spaces that we have at the museum. So it all ties in together pretty nicely.
Great. Is there anything else you guys trying to get from the kids that maybe you're trying to introduce to kids? Maybe you want to let kids at home know what they can expect from you guys.
A lot of fun.
Enough said. It's a lot of fun. So think about it, guys. Thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And again, thanks. Aloha. Hey everybody, I'm with the AAUW, and not only do we get to get geeks and the fandom around here, but we get to know people with causes, and this is a great cause. Can you guys tell me a little bit about your organization?
Sure. AAUW is American Association of University Women. We are a national organization as well as state and local. We advance the equity of women and girls through education, advocacy, research, and philanthropy. Some of our signature events here in Honolulu is Tech Savvy. So what that is a one-day conference for girls 6th through 9th grade. And what's really unique about that particular conference is that we actually invite the parents along. So simultaneously run with the girls program is a parents program, so that we can teach the parents how to encourage their daughters, their nieces, their granddaughters on getting into these programs, or even if they're not interested, how to encourage that interest in the STEM program. So in addition to that, we also give out scholarships. Just Honolulu branch itself, over $50,000 a year in scholarships to young girls at the universities, postgraduate work. We've helped encourage education. We helped a young woman get her commercial pilot's license. She's now a captain of one of the local airlines here, and she was one of our speakers at Tech Savvy. So we're in the community. We partner with community organizations to do good, advancing the equity of women and girls.
Right. And then, to me, that's the main thing, which is advancing the community, right?
Absolutely.
With girls in mind, that actually elevates the community as well.
Right.
Totally. You guys have anything else you guys want to say? Because this is going on YouTube.
Well, we also have an advocacy arm of our organization, and what we do in the advocacy arm is that we pay attention to public policy that's being developed, and we try to educate and inform the public, and especially on things that affect women and girls. And then we're in contact with our elected officials to help them educate them about the impact of a proposed bill. And we also have a social element. The second Tuesday of every month, we meet at Ferguson's at the Pacific Guardian Center, and we just have a social networking forum, and we usually have a topic we talk about, but we also just enjoy some poo-poos and some beverages and just enjoy getting to know each other. And so then perhaps Kim can tell you a little bit about what she does.
Sure, please do.
I think one of the best things about AEW is that we have this research that we put out. So we collect statistics and the information that's available and really try to identify the problems that we're addressing. We are also focusing on equal pay, and we have
So flyby. Sorry.
It's okay. We have 2 programs, Work Smart and Start Smart, and these are salary negotiation workshops. So we get women together, we discuss the methods for advocating for an equal pay to try to bridge that pay gap. And that's starting, the Start Smart is at the university level, Work Smart is more for women that are already in the field. So we're hoping to get those off the ground in the next year or 2.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for the information, and I hope we can help you guys out and get that to my people. So thank you again. I really, really appreciate it, guys. Yeah.
Wonderful meeting you. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. All right, guys. That's what it's all about. Change. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see who else I met at Hawaii Geek Meet, give this video a like or subscribe to this channel. Don't forget, you can leave a comment below. My name's Garrick, and this is Aloha Nerd and Geeks.